Welcome to Fashion, Faith, and Flair, and today's faith message is Divine 9 Women of the Bible Who Made a Difference. And the last woman I am going to discuss is the Queen of Sheba. I'm wearing purple in her honor. Normally I wear black, but purple was a very majestic color, and I thought, I'm going to wear some purple today to honor the Queen of Sheba. So let me start with the scripture. Matthew 12:42 says, "The Queen of the South will rise at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to listen to Solomon's wisdom, and now something greater than Solomon is here." Now, the Queen of Sheba was prized. She prized wisdom above power. Now that's a good one. Most people want power, but she wanted wisdom, and she was aware of Solomon's reputation. She was personally gifted with a good head for business and diplomacy. And Sheba was a fragrant land with lots of fragrances and spices. So it was really quite valuable in the modern or in the ancient world. She was intrigued with Solomon's reputation as being the wisest man alive at the time. And if you'll remember the story of the two prostitutes that came before Solomon, and each claimed that this baby was theirs. And so Solomon said, okay, then I'm going to go ahead and cut the baby in half and give you half and give you half to these women. And the one prostitute's like, yeah, go ahead, that's fair. And the other prostitute said, no, give it to her, because I can't bear that to happen to my child. And Solomon knew from the reaction of the two women that the real mother was the one that was willing to give up the child in order to save its life. So she traveled 1,500 miles to see Solomon to verify wisdom and possible trade agreement. So she again was diplomatic, and she had to look out for her kingdom. She brought frankincense, myrrh, gold, and precious jewels. And she was amazed by Solomon's wisdom, and she was drawn to the wisdom of God. Now, can you say that you're drawn to the wisdom of the God? I can tell you that in my life, there have been many times I was not drawn to the wisdom of God because of all the mistakes that I made. And I think that's the most important part of her, is she sought wisdom. And I believe that it's important one day at a time just to seek that wisdom. So I have some things to say about that. Tell God what you want. What you would like to know. Seek his wisdom in all things, and start out by telling him what you love about him. I mean, I can imagine he gets tired of us always asking, can I have this? Can I have that? He wants to hear, did you appreciate the last thing I did for you? Give God the gift of your time. Now, how many times do we get wrapped up in the most stupidest things in life? And you get to the end of your life and you think, oh my God, what was I worried about? I can remember one of my bosses telling me one time, he goes, Cindy, you make a mountain out of a molehill. And he was right. He was exactly right. And I can tell you, as the older I get, I realized I'm a lot more laid back. Plus the fact that I don't have the energy like I did before to be a drama queen. But I like to be like the Queen of Sheba, who had great wisdom, or she sought it, and that in itself was exhibiting wisdom. So be generous in your trust and praying to God to lead you, and leave the outcomes to God. Trust that he will take care of it, no matter what the situation is. I mean, I can give you an example right now. I'm going through an issue right now where I have to replace the roof on my home. And that's pretty daunting, especially when you know nothing about roofing. But there are people out there that know about roofing and can do the job. It's just like, who do I select? What do I do? So I've been doing research online, and I have appointments coming up, and I trust God will lead me in the right direction. And I have to remember when I had a heating and air unit put on in my home, I was clueless, but I did my research. I sought wisdom for someone who actually was in that business that I worked with. Wasn't necessarily going to use that gentleman, but he taught heating and air. And so I got his wisdom, I researched, I talked to people, and my prayer was simple. God, you know what my budget is. Pray that whoever needs this job, can you please do it for this amount? And sure enough, the amount that I asked God to do it was the amount that heating and air unit was, and the gentleman that did it was great. So you have to trust in God. And I have to remind myself that I have to seek His wisdom daily, because I got to tell you, to keep going around the mountain over and over again when I make mistakes, and I won't go into those because it'll make this video way too long. But let me read this scripture, Matthew 7:7-8. I love this one. Y'all know this. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks, the door will be open. Now, one of the prayers I like to do is, God, please bless it or block it. Make it abundantly clear. There have been a lot of doors in my life I have tried to kick open, and they have been slammed shut. And I realized, you know what? This is not what I need to do. I need to go a different way. And it's a learning process. But the Queen of Sheba reminds me to seek wisdom every day. And I think she was an amazing character in the Bible, and someone that we can learn from today. At least I can. So I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have a fantastic week.